I'm Professor Rad, and in this video, we're going to talk about what scientific notation is. So let's work through that definition. So it says a number is in scientific notation when it's in the form of a number times 10 to a power. The number has to be a decimal that's 1 or more, but smaller than 10, and the power has to be a positive or negative whole number. So what scientific notation is it's basically an abbreviated form of a really long number. So we've kind of seen different forms of writing the same number already. So I'm just going to walk through a few examples kind of to demonstrate what scientific notation looks like. And then in the next couple of videos, we'll talk about how I know how I get that answer. So for example, we've talked about using numbers with the period name, either to write it out in words or as an abbreviated format. So if I have 16 million, we know that this is going to equal 16 million. So a way that we would see this written in scientific notation would be as 1.6 times 10 to the 7th. So scientific notation gives us a number here that's between 1 and 10. So 1.6 is between 1 and 10. And then you have times 10 to some whole number power, either positive or negative whole number. If we have something like 3 thousandths, this would be a decimal number because of the THS. So we know that that's going to be 0.003. So if we were to write this in scientific notation, this would be the same as 3 times 10 to the negative 3. So again, we have a number that's between 1 and 10, and it's times 10 to a power, and that power is between, that power is a positive or negative whole number. Again, I'm just doing this as demonstrative purposes in this video. In the next video, I'll tell you how I get answers like 3 times 10 to the minus 3 or 1.6 times 10 to the 7th, how I know that this is what I'm going to use to represent these values. And for this last one, just because we've also been talking about percentages, percent is another way of writing a number. So remember, 4.6% means that the 4 has to go into the hundredths place. Or you can think of it as moving a decimal point left 2 places. And either way, we'll get 0.046. So if I'm going to write this in scientific notation, I would end up with 4.6 times 10 to the minus 2. So here we once again have a number between 1 and 10, and then we have times 10 to a power that's a positive or negative whole number. So these are some formats that we've seen already. This sort of middle spot here, this is each of those numbers in standard form, just looks like a normal number. And this is what those values look like when they are in scientific notation. So you can see that scientific notation gives us a consistent and really brief way of writing really long numbers, whether those long numbers are big because they're big, or those long numbers end up taking a lot of space because it's like a lot of zeros and then a number. So that's where we're going to leave off here, just introducing ourselves to the idea here of what scientific notation looks like. In the next video, we're going to start converting from one form into another. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye for now.